change our synthesis. How good's that sound? Hey, and welcome back to Emlyn in the Mix. Today we've got a very special product to show you. It is the brand new updated D16 Groups Phoscyon Acid Line 303 emulation. This update is a vast improvement upon the first iteration. Now, if you want to skip along to me playing with the actual plugin inside live, hit the time code down below, but I'm just going to read back the quick overview here if you want to check that out. Basically, it's the last 303 you'll ever need. The definitive 303 emulation with a super convenient sequencer to immediately get your creative juices flowing. So it is redesigned emulation, now perfect in every detail. Emulation of the legendary 303 silver box has been taken to entirely new heights. We took the critically acclaimed and successful Phoscyon 1 and completely redesigned the signal path. Now, we've achieved an unprecedented level of emulation accuracy, resulting in this new incarnation of the plugin. And not just one, but every 303 under your fingertips, that's right. So sometimes you might wonder why your 303 unit doesn't have as low cutoff as you can hear on one of your favorite tracks. And diehard 303 fans know every 303 has a distinctive character, and now you can replicate that using Phoscyon 2's calibration parameters, which are in the top right. I'm going to show you. Not only do you have easy access to familiar synthesis knobs, but you also get a backstage pass to inner workings of the synth. One other cool thing about this is the state-of-the-art FX chain. So every good 303 sound has a well-suited effects chain, and Phoscyon 2, you can find a whole bunch of algorithms with acidic squeaks in mind. So you got distortion, and you got renderable insert effects as well. So you got an algorithmic reverb with independent settings for both early and late reflections. You got a 4-band parametric EQ, delay and tempo sync option, in-loop multi-mode filter. You got chorus with 2 delay lines, and you got limiter with compression characteristics, controllable knee ratio, threshold, and envelope. And also the sequencer, which is what we're going to show you in the video today, is unbelievable. So the perfect sequencer for live performances and studio producers. So an entirely redesigned sequencer arpeggiator makes the plugin even more appealing. Edit patterns with ease and convenience, play them live in a loop, and switch between them in whatever way you find most convenient using a mouse, a MIDI controller, or DAW MIDI notes to express your musical ideas. I've got some 3D renders up here. I can scroll through them there for you. I wonder if I can do that. Actually, we can just go down. There you go. They look really nice, don't they? It's also got the live override. Give life to your patterns by influencing access, slide, or vibrato while playing. Drag and drop export, so you can drag and drop it straight into your DAW. Once you've got the perfect pattern, you can seamlessly import it into your favorite DAW by simply drag and dropping it. A variety of trigger modes. It's got the Arpeggiator to get more sophisticated and deliberate motives. So it's not typical boring style Arpeggiator with a few travel modes that generate the obvious note runs that are completely unpredictable while playing. You get an advanced tool where you can prepare a template off your riff that's a basis for more production predictable sequences as a result. And so the remaining features: substantial factory content, over 800 presets and patterns out of the box, resizable GUI, MIDI learn, and so forth. We've got the system requirements down below. But let's just jump straight into the actual beast itself, and you'll see I've got it up here in Ableton Live. Let me just center that in the screen there for you. Beautiful GUI, vector bass, of course. I love modern GUIs, how they are vector based. You can make them smaller and bigger and so forth. And this, in the top right corner, this is the part I was talking about where you can actually tweak it and customize it to get it to sound exactly like the 303 emulation in your favorite songs. In fact, I think they even have some presets here, which I didn't even know before recording this video, which is very cool indeed. So you could actually, we could do one of these presets. Now we've got noisy old one, and we've got a sequence here. Let me just play that back here. So that's playing back essentially that emulation of that 303. We press another one, we're gonna get another one, TB303, playing. Jump into another one here. Oh yeah. Very just super subtle differences in those modes there. But isn't that just cool that they've included that and you could dial it in exactly how you want it to sound? And in fact, as it said in that right up there, the original owners of the 303 wouldn't have even had this option. Okay, so looking along, we've got our seam, we've got our synthesizers, distortion, and our effects here. Really nicely laid out. And then of course our sequencer down the bottom. Sequencer also has a bunch of presets. Look, you got a heap. We can go through a few here. And they're really, really easy to use like that. So once you find one you like, you can change its length. You can make it 4 beats if you want, or maybe make it 8. And you got shuffle down here, so you can shuffle it along. 50% will sound a bit. Let's go up 50% here. I wonder if there's a quicker way to do that. Oh yeah, you can drag it with the mouse. Gives it a groove. Step lengths, you can shorten them. And I like this shift function here because if you want it to sound like, if you have a kick drum going, you can sort of shift it to get it exactly where you want it to be. Let me give you an example of that actually. I know we probably should go through the sounds here, but it is a really good sounding 303 emulation. Let me add a kick here just to show you what I mean. So let's get a kick. So here's just a typical techno track with just a really basic bass drum, kick drum in it. But have a listen. If I shift this sequence along, you can get it sort of where you want it to bounce right. I reckon that's where I wanted it. In fact, the original sequence was here and it doesn't sound right. So if you just shift it along, look. How good's that? And now we can mess around with the sound, of course. Playing with the drive is going to open it right up. Here we go. And you can get in there and have a lot of fun. We can go through some of the sounds here. Change our synthesis. How good's that sound? I'll go through a few here. Just makes you want to make acid techno so much, this plugin. There, you want a bit of that squelchy stuff right there. And this makes me so happy, this plugin, because it reminds me so much of the early days using Reason. Sorry, not Reason. Before Reason was Rebirth. And you had the 2303 little machines in your drum machine. And that was just so much fun. You had a little bass. I think you had a TB something or other, 808 maybe. I can't remember what it was called. And this just brings back so much nostalgia, this plugin. Let me just show you some more stuff here. Let's play with this. Here we go. So I can even change the type of distortion I have. And it totally changes the sound. Increase the color. And then you got your effects here, of course. We could play with this, go through some of our thing, change it. Look, bass boom. What? Bass exciter. We can turn it off as well, so we don't have to have that. Limiter, chorus. Oh, we're gonna actually put a preset on. Here we go. Turn it on, actually, might help. Delay, turn delay off, and we got reverb here on the end. Dry it right up. Now this track already sounds like it owes itself a clap right now, but we're not here to make a bit. I'm seriously, this inspires you to want to make a hardcore acid techno track. It's so good. Now it wouldn't be a 303 emulation without the cutoff and resonance. So let's put a different sequence in just so you're not getting bored, and let's play with that cutoff. Because if you know the old school, if you know Josh Wink and you know the track High State of Consciousness, you will know the cutoff sound of a 303. All right, let me just play. Let's see. I mean, this is obviously not the correct or the same sounding preset, but let's see what we get. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Screaming. Now to get that real scream, obviously you're turning the resonance here right up to 100% and then just play with the cutoff filter and you're gonna get that insane scream. Let's go through a few here. Yeah, play with that scream effect. It's really just the cutoff. It's awesome. Now you also have an arpeggiator mode, so we can go out of sequence mode there for a sec. And now I've got my MIDI controller down here below, so if I just arm the actual track and select the preset, of course. So now I'm playing it off my keys. So this would be really good for someone maybe wanting to play live or wanting to record in their own sequence, more or less. Because you could play the notes to your track and the arpeggiator would follow suit. Or you could write in the MIDI notes and have it play back. That's really fun. And even like, if you were listening to the write-up, which I read back, they said they made the arpeggiator not to just be like a boring, predictable arpeggiations. They got some interesting ones in here, like this one. What's this? Arica's Spice. That's pretty cool. Beat accent. Now, once you find one you like, there's a bunch there. We're not going to play back every one, obviously. Then you can just change the synthesis engine to get the sound you want. Yeah, we want the old school like this. All in all, just super fun, very intuitive, and very easy to use, and it has heaps of presets. I love that even the distortion has so many types of distortion. Like, that's just nuts. So they've really gone above and beyond with this emulation, and to the point where you can tweak in to dial it right into how you want it to sound, you know? Maybe it doesn't sound exactly right. Look, get that wobble. I don't even really know what these do. I can't even see them. They're a bit small there, but all in all, just an amazing 303 emulation. As you can see, very intuitive, super easy to use, and just sounds so authentic. They've gone above and beyond on getting this emulation to this level. I freaking love it. Heaps of nostalgia vibes coming back. I just want to make crazy acid techno with this plugin. I love it so freaking much. Thanks so much for watching the video. Leave in the comment section down below what you thought of this plugin, and leave a like if you like this video so you can help others find this video. And until next time, thank you so much for joining me on Emlyn in the Mix.